My movie recollection with Vincent Cloud,
Matt Hagen.
And John Nemitz.
and we're here to talk about movies fastly and randomly. So let's start with me. You guys choose a letter. Someone choose a number.
Oh,
1 to 10?
Yes.
8.
Ooh, okay. Shit. 6-word title starting with O.
oh boy. Once upon
Oh,
a
no.
time in Mexico, in America, in Hollywood.
No.
One of those.
The 70s.
That's his 70s.
Was I on the
Super
right
long
track?
name.
So once upon a time in something.
Jack Nicholson.
One
Flew
flew over the
over the
cuckoo's. Nah, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, who got it first? It was oh my
Me, I
gosh,
started
so
with the
close. Hey, I like this. I watched it when I was very young, maybe 19 or 20, something like that. And I was like, holy shit, this is some heavy stuff. But it's just gotten even more and more significant in my life and stuff like that. Yeah, it's very good.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in many years, but I love One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's an amazingly stacked cast, you know. Danny DeVito and that other guy and that other guy.
all of the best actors.
Produced by Michael Douglas, I seem to remember. I saw him interviewed talking about One Flew Over, and there's a whole story leading up to how it came to be. But yeah, Michael Douglas was a young man at that age too. Surprised he didn't end up in the cast somewhere. But yes, love it. Love it, love it.
You got Nurse Ratched, who has been copied in so many things since then.
Mhm.
That archetype.
Yeah.
Vince,
Thanks.
What?
as a Native American yourself, what do you think of Big Chief?
Yeah,
And keep in mind, you're representing all Native
yeah, I know.
Americans.
That's the fun part. This brings me back to like in class, whenever natives were brought up, everyone turns.
What do you think about that?
So yeah, he didn't speak, but that was like a con. There wasn't anything wrong with him. He was just, I don't know, he was eluding something, but he was there at his own free will. Although, remember, there's other people that were there on their own free will. Like they didn't have to stay there. Although there were some people where it didn't make sense that they could just leave whenever they wanted. Like there were some troubles and stuff. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is, I think that mental health, is just now being so freely talked about. Where I'm like, oh shit, like it's about fucking time, Yeah, but I don't know. That movie keeps on getting better with age, I feel like.
Yeah,
Totally
it's
agree.
definitely one that I haven't seen since college, probably, and I keep meaning to watch again and just haven't yet, but definitely will.
Christopher Lloyd. I like
Christopher
him.
Lloyd.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
think of his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't think of his name.
What's his name? Wormtongue. What's his
Wormtongue. Oh, Oh, yeah.
that guy, yeah. He got nominated
He
Oscars for
did.
that.
He
Yeah.
did. I didn't know that.
Jack won, and then so did Miss Ratchet. They both won their Oscars. Good for them. They were awesome. Amazing.
So Jack's character, like I've seen a number of Jack Nicholson movies from the 70s, and this is the one that stood out above all those other ones. Like I would have to look. I don't remember ever caring for Jack Nicholson movies from the 70s really at all.
Not even Chinatown?
Chinatown would be the exception. I had to look. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chinatown, I like him in, but he's such an asshole in Cuckoo's Nest. And right from the beginning, he's an asshole. And I don't remember what my feelings were the first time I saw it, other than this guy's an asshole. But something just you just you follow this character, and somehow I end up loving the movie. Typically, if the main character is an asshole, I don't care for the movie, but a lovable asshole, I guess. But he
Moving
does
on.
shitty things. He does terrible things. Like he hires prostitutes and breaks the guys out of their mental hospital and has a
Oh,
big party in the mental hospital
that's
and
right.
I mean he does shitty, terrible things. But somehow I love this movie. Something doesn't add up.
Who was the book written by? Like Ken Kesey, was it, or one of the other
I've got it right
gangsters?
here. Ken Kesey. Yeah, Ken Kesey.
No way. Oh, that's cool.
I've been meaning to read that. It's on my stack of books to read.
I mean, it's within arm's reach, certainly.
Instead, I'm busy talking to you guys.
Let's discuss that on our book podcast next time.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? That's it. I mean, I could go on, but let's move on.
Fine,
Let's
fine.
let's pick up the sink and throw it through the window and get out of here, man. John, you want to go?
Sure. 1 through 12.
5.
Yeah.
All
there we
right.
go.
And then 1 through 72.
Give me a 17.
All right.
So 5, I'm
Oh,
guessing, is late 90s, early
funny.
2000s.
V for Vendetta. Try again.
Oh shit.
Let's talk about it again.
I'll go to 18 if it.
Oh
yeah,
no.
it means
Okay. A lot of words in the title. It's the first of a franchise.
And it would have been like came out at the same time as
Indiana
V for
Jones
Vendetta?
and the Temple of Doom.
No.
Oh,
It's
or
so there's the main word in it starts with an N. You might also say the first word starts with C.
You said it's the first of a franchise?
Yep. It's based on a book series.
Nancy Drew something.
Is there anyone in it? Actor, something like that?
I mean, I guess probably there's kids in it. 2005.
2005. Starts
It's
with an N.
fantasy.
Kids.
Oh, Harry Potter and something.
Along those lines.
Nancy Potter.
Yeah, Nancy Potter.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yes, there we go.
Wow.
Yep.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
Narnia
The
over
very
here.
same.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Have we all seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember pretty much nothing from it.
Yeah,
though.
same. Don't they go like into a winter place, I think?
Yes, they meet
And
Tumnus,
something like that. Yeah, James McAvoy.
Oh,
yeah, that would have been a good pull.
That was McAvoy.
Yeah.
It's like World War One. Is it 1, 2,
3,
something like that? 3. It's World War 3.
But
then, like the war inside that world, like the line is like Christ, right?
Yeah, it's definitely like a Christian allegory.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. There's like time dilation.
Yes.
Like a Chris Nolan movie.
Holy shit.
So there's a war going on in the real world, and somehow this portal opens up in their wardrobe and they go through, and then there's this fantasy war going on in another world, or there's a power struggle going on in the other world.
Yeah.
That's as much as I kind of remember.
Like, the lion is God, I think. And
The witch is played by what's her name? She's always awesome. Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton, yeah.
Swinton. Yeah.
She's great.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Anything
Hmm.
else? Anything else?
I don't think any of us like this movie really. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
Computer graphics. Then they have a big battle at the end, but then everything had a big battle at the end, so nothing
Mhm.
really stands out at all.
Yeah, I certainly never saw the next ones.
Yeah, me neither.
How many of them are there, I wonder?
Prince Caspian, and then something dawn fades or something like that. It's a ship, basically. Yeah.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
Oh, moving on.
Yes.
We're doing some more Lonely Islands, so I wanted to keep going. Chronic, what? It's my list. 1 through 60, 1 through 60, boys.
All right. Give me 18.
41.
18, 18, 41, 41.
Good year.
Oh, this is an oddball. Okay. I don't think anybody's going to come up with this. 4 words, starts with the, second word starts with an F. It has Paul Rudd in it.
Wait, how many words again?
4 words. It also, it's more of a drama. It has Selena Gomez. I might be wrong about that. I think Selena Gomez is in it.
The of
And any thoughts on, is this ringing a bell for anybody? Vince? No?
No.
mm-mm.
Maybe I should come out and say it.
No,
The
one more.
What
one more.
year?
2016.
Paul Rudd. Oh, is it? Wait, what? The ant? No.
It's not the Ant-Man. The Fundamentals of Caring. Has anybody heard of this movie?
No.
No.
Oh boy.
All right,
What do you
Vince,
think
what do
this
we
is
think it's
about?
about?
Paul Rudd, right? That's all we know.
Yep.
The
Selena
fundament-
Gomez.
Oh, Selena Gomez. Oh, okay. Well, Paul Rudd is a man who likes
a-
this girl who's a
Yeah,
Selena.
Paul Rudd, he's a cranky Gen Xer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Selena's a flaky millennial.
Really flaky.
What a pair.
I'm talking flaky, man.
So it's about Paul Rudd takes this job as a in-home nurse for this handicapped kid, this teenage boy. He's in a wheelchair. And then they there's a connection that brews, and Paul Rudd feels sorry for the kid. The kid wants to get outside and live life a little bit, and then they end up going on this road trip, and then they meet Selena Gomez, and it's one of those life-affirming dramedy, and I kind of liked it. I don't remember a ton about it, but I liked it. It's on my like list over here. Naughty and
All
nice
right.
and like. It can be short. This was a Netflix original, I'm pretty sure too. So
See, that's gonna be a thing.
this was
haven't
kind
had
of the
Netflix
early
in a while.
days of like Netflix original. Like this was like, oh, Netflix is coming out with their own content. That's kind of strange instead of licensing other companies' content. So this was kind of the start of that era.
Yeah, and then they're like, wow, we've looked at everybody's unique algorithm of what they're into, and we decided they really want to see this thing we made.
Oh, thanks, Netflix. Who's up next?
Me again. Letter, number, you guys could switcheroo.
All right. Let me. Ooh, all right. We're way up into W.
Whoa. WD40. Wait, 4. W4.
Oh shit. Okay. 4-word title. Starts with a W.
What would Jesus do? I don't think
Wish I was here. The Zach Braff movie.
Zach Braff movie.
Where the
Ryan.
Buffalo roam.
Oh, I wish. Ryan Philippe.
I remember that guy. Was it in his prime?
I don't know.
Like
No,
like 90s, like late 90s?
no, early 2000s. Yeah,
Oh
I think
well,
I might
yeah,
have been
so
in
it's
high
sooner.
school when this came out.
Ryan, what the hell was that dude in?
I'll give you another hint.
Yeah,
Juliette Lewis,
Hmm.
Juliette Lewis.
James Caan,
James Caan.
Benicio del Toro.
What is this movie?
Where the gun?
Oh,
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. Have you seen
Oh,
that, John?
I think maybe I watched it in college.
okay.
Are there cards
Hold on.
involved?
Cars.
Cards, like playing cards?
Cards?
Is that a theme early on?
Oh, geez. Oh man.
I don't know. Could be thinking of something else.
Well, let's have Matt try and guess. What's the
So
way of the gun?
it's called The Way of the Gun. So Benicio del Toro. Is that what you said? Benicio
Yes.
del Toro. So I'm gonna say Benicio del Toro is a drug lord from Mexico, and Ryan Felipe is some sort of frat boy, and him and some other frat boys go to Mexico on spring break, and then hijinks ensue.
John, does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Good times, man. No, it's del Toro and Ryan Felipe. They are crime partners, and they get hired to steal a rich person's pregnant wife or something, pregnant daughter. So then they send James Caan after them, and he's like this old school, like really old, like old school assassin or something like that. But he's got like all his older buddies as well. So like at the end, there's like just all these elderly dudes like in the shootout with Benicio del Toro and Ryan. But really, I don't know. It's fine. It's well directed. The story doesn't grab me as I think it should. Because there are some cool acting and stuff. And the only reason why I remember it is that ending shootout. Like I'm not really a gun guy, but that ending shootout is pretty freaking awesome. I think it might be one of the better shootouts.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So Ryan Felipe and Benicio del Toro, they're on one side, and then James Caan and old dudes are on the other side,
hmm
and they're trying to steal the same thing. They're going after the same target.
There, oh man, there's other Tay Diggs and some other guy. They are actually sent because they're the bodyguards of the rich guy. I don't know. There's a lot of different lines. There's a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
yeah. It turns out a lot of people are corrupt and they're all kind of going after each other and stuff like that.
Very stylish,
Yes,
very
yes.
colorful, very yeah.
It's directed by McTiernan, not McTiernan. Oh, fucking the guy who wrote The Usual Suspects. I think this was his directorial debut or something like that. So it's very stylish. I don't know. Sometimes like when people make their first movie, they kind of overcompensate with the style. And you're like, okay, all right,
Uh-huh,
you know.
uh-huh. I feel like
Eventually.
this was prime time, like early 2000s was prime time for a certain crime movie, like a
Mm.
Domino or Smoking Aces or some other one I can't think of the title of. Like this was what crime movies were,
Mm.
right or wrong. I'm not a big fan of that style. It's kind of like taking Guy Ritchie and turning it even smugger and then just over stylizing it. And I just wasn't a fan of that whole genre, that whole offshoot.
I will say out of that though, it's not too much Guy Ritchie. It's not too much Pulp Fiction, but there is an attitude that's of a lot of movies were like that, and that's why I was kind of like, eh. But like I said, that ending shootout is pretty freaking cool. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm
Moving
not going
on.
to see it.
Watch this. Check out the scene though. I'm telling you,
Okay.
man, it's well put together.
Tab, shootout, the way of
Moving
the gun.
on to John, is it?
All right. 1 through 12. And by the way, I rearranged alphabetically, not that release date anymore, just so you know.
That ruins everything. Vince, give a number.
Oh, what did we do? 5 last time.
So
Let's
one would be the A's and 12 would be the Z's. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. Well then let's do 2.
All right. And then 1 through 72.
2B, 60.
Right. All right. 3 words. First word is the. Starts with B.
The brave little
The Big Short.
Ooh.
1980.
Exactly 1980.
Yes.
Yes.
Has a couple of SNL alums in it.
Oh.
Oh.
80.
Beep, beep,
Oh my gosh.
Blues Brothers.
Yes.
Wow. I love
Blues
this
Brothers.
movie. I love this one.
It's good. I'm not a huge fan of it. There's people that are big, gigantic fans. I'm guessing you're one.
Oh.
This man is overcast.
No, I liked it a lot. I just watched it again. It was at work or something like that. It was just on the TV, and all the scenes are just so good. There's energy, comedic sense to the way it's like things are thrown about, like the car crashes. It's very bombastic, like as well as the music. I didn't know I
Country
liked the
and
blues.
Western.
Yeah,
They have all
we're
the
the good
types of
old
music.
boys. Yeah. I think about that all the time, where they show up, they're like, we're the good old boys. You're the good old boys. Yeah, I love that. What about you, John? Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm a fan. It's another one I haven't seen for at least 10 years, and I struggle to remember movies I saw 2 months ago. So, it's one of those things. But I don't know. For some reason, one of the main things I remember about it is when they were in his apartment by the elevated train, and he's like, "How often does that come by?" And he's like, "Often enough that you won't hear it anymore," or something like that.
Yes. And then Carrie Fisher is John Belushi's estranged fiance, and she's got that rocket launcher. She blows up the building, and they just like casually get up. They don't even like all this cartoonish physics in the movie. And of course, I think the favorite part is the drive through the mall. Family Guy parodied it. But then again, that's what Family Guy does. That's
let's
great
not
for
go
you.
off on a tangent on Family Guy. Yeah, that was the part I was going to point out. I have also not seen this. How old am I? 37. So I probably haven't seen it in like 15 years. But yes, the police chase through the mall is the iconic part. That's the part that sticks in my brain. I remember John Belushi being very quiet. He's a very quiet, cool, collected customer. What else stands out about this movie? Help me out, Vince. You think it's a classic. What else?
What's the line about sunglasses? Like
Yeah.
wearing sunglasses. Is it inside or at night or something like that? I don't
They're
remember.
like, we're on the run. There's some, cops after us. We got to deliver this money and blah, blah, blah. And we're like 2 counties over, a full tank of gas, and we're wearing sunglasses at night or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so good. Really awesome musical numbers. Dan Aykroyd, this was when he was fucking coked to the gills and churning out these movies,
It's the best Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. Go back to that, Dan. You need another hit at
You
your
owe
age.
You owe us this.
Although he did try with Blues Brothers 2000, which
with the inferior Belushi.
right.
It became clear that Belushis are not interchangeable.
I think Jim Belushi maybe gets too much hate just because he's not John.
Just because Like it's like the dad, like where like you should have been the son who died.
Mhm.
It should have been you.
Should have
Holy
been
Yeah.
shit.
you.
Should have
Who's
been
that?
you.
That's Johnny Cash or something? Or Walk
Oh.
Hard. Walk Hard, and it should have been you.
Uh,
But yeah, it's good. I It's on a giant list of movies I want to see again because I've maybe only seen it one time. It's possible.
yeah.
Awesome.
How do you guys feel about the blues real quick before we take off?
The musical genre?
Yes. Or just what you heard on the, like, do you go out of your way to listen to some blues ever?
I've been known to put on a BB King record now and then.
Okay.
I don't know. There's not a ton of it that I listen to on a regular basis, but yeah, every once in a while.
I prefer Led Zeppelin.
Is that the final? Are we done? Do we
We
want to
got
do
time
one
for
more?
another.
All right, let's do another. Who's up? Me?
I don't know. We can do my list.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
best list. Yes.
48.
Oh, right. 1 through 60. Let's do 59, man. That's close to
59.
69, but not quite. You're wearing clothes, man. That's a close 69.
Load 69.
Uh,
All right. 2 words. First word is the. Second word starts with an I. Came out in 2013. It's a comedy.
The Informant.
Wow. Owen Wilson in it. It's Owen Wilson. It is not The Informant.
the Ice Age.
The
It also has Vince Vaughn in it.
Oh,
the
the intern.
internship.
Internship.
Yeah, the intern
Internship.
is the one with De Niro, right?
De Niro and
Half.
Hathaway.
Yeah.
Man, Hathaway.
I mean, I'd rather talk about the intern because I've seen it.
No, we can't.
Is there anyone more charming than old De Niro in the intern?
I seem to remember he was too charming, but now we're talking about the intern.
Dial
It
it
bothered
down,
me how
De Niro.
charming he was, actually. He did everything perfect, and it
Yeah.
bothered me.
And then like I rewatched Taxi Driver recently where, he's obviously a creep, but he's got that charming smile sometimes, like
Oh,
he knew how to do it back then too.
uh-huh. Yeah, he didn't know a lot about movies. He didn't know which movie to take her to, and
All right.
sorry.
Yeah,
the wrong
I don't know.
Uh,
I was a child and I was like, I knew that. De Niro.
Anyway, the internship.
Oh gosh.
But back to De Niro's filmography.
You talking to me?
You
I
know,
love it.
his most understated and best performance is the Deer Hunter.
Ooh.
Would you agree?
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, understated, right? What about Vito Corleone? Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, but something about that Deer Hunter performance, like some people consider that movie boring, but the whole movie hinges on De Niro, even though Chris Walken gets all the love from that movie, but the movie hangs on De Niro, and he's a rock. He's a rock, man.
But what about
Gets it
that
done.
movie where he says, "I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?"
Also an understated performance and one of his best. Anyway, the internship. Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson. Who remembers this movie? Who's seen this movie?
I think all three of us have seen it now.
No, I've never
seen it.
actually watched it.
Oh, I've seen it. I can't remember a damn thing. Wasn't it just like a commercial, like come and work for Google, right?
Yeah, that was. I don't remember. Well, I guess it was any generic tech company, but yeah, I guess it was Google.
That's the one with Seth Rogen and Kim Jong-il, right?
The Interview.
Oh, right.
Yes, I seem to remember a search engine being involved and lots of jokes about how inept they are with the internets and explaining internet-y things. And I remember it just not liking it.
Yeah, wow. This might be our first where we don't want to see it. We regret seeing it. It's not very good. We barely remember. This is the first. We should put this on a frame.
No,
Yeah,
I'm thinking there's probably others. I can't remember everything we've talked about, but there's maybe a
I
couple
do.
others. You remember
After all,
everything?
it's my movie
List
recollection.
them now.
Damn it. You want to move on? Let's we got some time to do at
Let's get
least
another
one
one
more.
in.
Let's get something
Yeah.
good.
Do it, Vince.
All right. Letter, number, whatever, whoever.
All right.
Letter will be L.
6.
Oh shit. Okay. One word starts with L.
Liar, liar. I mean, that's one word repeated.
Don't you hate it when someone reuses the same words to make a point? All right. Here's a big fucking thing. Tim Curry.
L. Tim Curry. One word. What was Tim Curry in?
What's another? Richard Donner.
Whoa.
Law.
Lands, laugh, left.
Tom Cruise.
Okay, now I should be able to get it. Tim Curry, Tom
As a
Cruise.
Tom Cruise super fan.
Well, I just feel like I know just about every movie Tom Cruise has made for some reason, because I've probably seen most of them. So I'm guessing 80s. I'm guessing 80s.
Yeah, 80s. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Orange, Tangerine Dream, Satan, Goblins.
Legend.
Yeah, there we go.
I have never seen Legend.
Oh, really?
Oh, what do you think it's about?
Well, it's called Legend, Tangerine Dream. I'm guessing it's a fantasy movie. Tim Curry plays some sort of leader of goblins, and Tom Cruise gets sucked into a fantasy world. And Tangerine Dream soundtrack. What is he after? What's his goal? His girlfriend gets kidnapped. And hijinks ensue. Hey, that's the way I end everyone.
You know, his girlfriend does get kidnapped.
Ooh,
but Tom Cruise is an elf in this fantasy world.
He's an elf.
Yeah. And then his girlfriend, they're not supposed to touch unicorns, right? And a unicorn shows up and the girl is like, I'll pull an Eve on this shit and touch the unicorn. Right?
Women, huh?
Yeah. Thanks again. Even in this fantasy.
Is this a good movie?
I mean, I watched it at my grandpa's house on VHS when I was a kid. And I was like, oh, that was weird.
So again, I'll ask, is this a good movie? Is this worth watching?
I think it is, but it's so weird how I'm not sure. I think it's because it's one of those I only watched it when I was a certain age, and I think that's one of the big hindrances. But very 80s. There's like shit all over, like floating. What do you call it? Not dandelions, but what are those things called? In the air.
I don't know.
Pollen?
Yeah, basically. There's pollen like in every fucking scene. It's lit this crazy way. It's a gigantic film set. I really enjoy how it looks like, but I don't know. I remember some of the background stuff about like how people couldn't breathe because all that shit was in the air, you know? Yeah.
Is that the basis? Is that the thing that propels the movie forward? Is that the world is falling apart because there's shit in the air? Or?
No. It's really beautiful looking. I'm just saying, like, to achieve that effect, it was really bad on people's lungs.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
So what happens is the girl touches the unicorn. She gets captured because of it or something like that, because she did something wrong by basically Satan. Do you remember fucking Tim Curry's Satan looking
Yeah, he was
creature, John?
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gigantic fucking horns. Like, it's Tim Curry in probably his most horrifying performances. I remember watching this as a kid. I'm like, is that real? Because I was at my grandma's and she was super religious, where she had one of those like 3D Jesus Christ pictures, or I'm like, this is fucking weird. And here I am watching that. I'm like, it's all real. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
and
scary.
my family was never one to tell me that anything involving Satan was not real.
Oh no. Holy shit.
Thanks, Mom. So you neither of you have seen this since you were kids. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I might have been like 20, so was I a kid? In a lot of ways, sure. But I
Hmm.
would say all the Tim Curry stuff is awesome. That's probably the best part of that whole movie.
Trying to determine if I should add this to my watch list or not.
I kind of want to watch it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
That's
think
good
it
enough
was
for me.
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that was the show. Like, subscribe, comment. This was my movie recollection with Vincent Cloud.
Hat Megan.
And John Nemitz. And stay tuned for one of these episodes where we actually describe the premise of the show.